I still remember the very first interview which I had taken. The very first interview, when I entered the room, the interviewer asked me, "Tell me about yourself." And I asked, I was so nervous that instead of saying I have done my master's in English, I said just I had done my master's in history. Oh my God, a huge blunder I had made at that time. Call me crazy or not, but I don't want you to make that mistake in your life. Because that interview and after the rest of all interviews taught me that you need to be well prepared to this question, tell me about yourself, because it's the most complicated and tricky question. And by the end of this video, you will come to know that how to answer this question confidently, because in this video we will discuss about what exact answer the interview want. Second, I will give you the formula of giving this the answer of tell me about yourself. And the third and the most important thing which we will discuss in this video is that if your grammar is weak, how can you handle this in interview? By the end of this video, I will give you the techniques which will give you to speak English fluently. So let's begin. When I entered the room, the very first question which I encountered was, tell me about yourself. If I don't know about me, how can I tell you about myself? So it's not a simple question. You should be well prepared for this question, because the very interviewer asks you the very first thing. What's the most important to you? The very first part of this question should be, what's the most important to you? At that moment, job should be the most important to you, and you should elaborate this by giving the valid reasons why that job was important to you. Second question is, how are you fit for this job? How are you fit for this job? Because remember, the interviewer is sitting there to hire the candidates which are suitable for that interview, for that job. So if he asks, tell me about yourself, which draws us towards the formula of tell me about yourself question, and it has three elements. Number one element, who you are. When the interview asks me, tell me about yourself, you should tell him who you are. The very first line summarizes your qualification, your education, your experience. Describing your personality by using adjectives. It should be brief. It should be brief. And the second thing which the interview wants is that, how are you fit for this job? So instead of narrating that your relation with your boss, previous boss, was not okay, that's why you are here to get the job, it shows that you are in need of job, any job, not this particular job. You have to make him believe why you are fit for this job by telling them. First of all, you should have to read the description, job description carefully. Read out the job description carefully and then relate your skills, your experience, your knowledge, your education aligned to that job, and prove that my skills, my education, my qualification are aligned with this job. Next, very next thing is accomplishments. Yes, you should elaborate your accomplishments, your achievements, your great work. But remember one thing, don't use superlatives, because when you use superlative degree, It shows that you are arrogant, you are proud of yourself, you are a praiseworthy person. Instead of that, you should be humble in describing your accomplishments, and it should be moderate so that the examiner or the interview gets the impression that you are eligible for this job. Now comes towards the most important and the most complicated question, that is, if your grammar is weak, how can you handle this question? I will give you 3 techniques to handle this question. Number 1, be confident. You should be confident. Maintain a eye contact with the interviewer, and just see, if I am watching here and there and talking to you, what kind of impression you are taking from me, that I am watching just the walls? No, it's the negative impression. Be confident, maintain a good eye contact with the interviewer, and be human. You should not answer all the questions like this, like a robot. There should be variation in your voice. Your voice should have a pitch, sometimes high sound, and when you finish your talk, it should be slow down. It creates variation. You should start with enthusiasm, excitement, but ends with slow. It creates a very good, great impression, and it can land you to your dream job. And the third and the most important part is that your interview should be of conversation, not a monologue. You should engage the interview to ask you questions, and you have to answer the questions. Not you are just narrating and you are just busy in your monologue. Hope you have understood this, and hope you have understood this all concept, how to handle this question. Tell me about yourself. If you have further queries or any question, let me know in the comment section so that I can get the idea of which kind of video I should make further to help you in your career. So till the next video, stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you so much. Have a nice